haven't been in our studio room in a bit, so thanks for joining me. Great to see you. I think I can't see you, obviously, but you can see me. So I am Lisa Camphire. I am a global real estate advisor with Premier Sotheby's International Realty in Central Florida. My office is in Dr. Phillips. My license is for the entire state, and I specialize in Central Florida. So anytime you have any questions or you need help or would like some tips or advice, you just want to know what's happening in the crazy world of real estate, please know you in Orange County, Florida, we start school Monday, August 12th. This week, everybody's out there doing their last minute school shopping. Why? Because in Central Florida, we have tax-free back to school shopping. It's a annual taxes. We all love to save money from the government, right? So get out there. Tax-free shopping is happening right now in Central Florida, and it will end this Sunday, August 11th. We've got a few more days left to get your savings in for your back to school shopping. We are also doing Meet the Teacher this week. I'm doing Meet the Teacher tomorrow with my son's school, and for Monday. He was out of school at my back. I'm not sure I understand live enough to know if I was here or not. But anyway, I just said it was back to school, tax-free shopping until this Sunday, August 11th. And I wanted to share the top 3 tips for you as someone who grew up in Central Florida and has lived here and went to elementary school at Dr. Phillips Elementary School myself. 3 tips. And now that I'm a mom, it's a slightly different perspective because the year my son went to kindergarten was Hurricane Maria, and he was out of school the first 3 weeks of school. And for him, that set the tone for hurricane season. So whenever it's hurricane season, here in Central Florida, he gets excited and says, "Mom, we're going to have a party." That's how you know your kid's from Central Florida, when they hear about a hurricane and they're excited for the party. Excuse me, please, for a second. I am not used to all these gadgets. Here we go. Okay, so top 3 tips for back to school. First one, pack an emergency kit. You're going to be busy with back to school, back to sports, all the activities. So make sure you have some sort of emergency stash set aside just in case something comes up and the shelves go cuckoo crazy. Everybody runs out and buys everything. Once again, sorry, this thing keeps folding forward and I don't understand why. Let me tighten that. Okay. Okay. Number 1, pack a little bit of a emergency stash, which would be something like bottled water, little bottles. It helps if you put them in the freezer. So if your power does go out, it keeps things colder a bit longer. Then you can drink the water as the bottles thaw out. So it's a double whammy there. You want to put probably everything just in like one backpack so that when you know the time is coming, you can just go ahead and grab that backpack. If you know that you are in a location that has lots of trees and foliage, you might want to go out and just clean up the area so when the wind comes, it doesn't get blown all over the place. So pack number 1, pack a little bit of an emergency kit. Number 2, have a plan. If the hurricane comes and you know you're in an area that needs to be evacuated, or you typically get evacuated, do you know where you're going to go? Here in Central Florida, when I have people come from out of town and ask me about it, in my experience, in all of the years that I've lived here, I've never been evacuated out of Central Florida, which I guess is why we're in the middle of the state. Most of the time, people get evacuated to Central Florida, which then means our hotels are full, shelters are full, everything's full. So if you're in a situation where you might need to leave your home, think about where you might go. I am fortunate enough that I have family members in a home that tends to not lose their power. Their power lines are buried underground, and since As long as I can remember, when I know that the storm is coming, we really just pack up like we're going on a mini vacation and go over there. I had new buyers from out of town 2 years ago move over to the gosh, where'd they go? The Four Seasons or the Waldorf Astoria. They made it a whole new like staycation because you know the hotels are not going to lose power. So that is something to think about. Number 3, important documents. If there's anything that you need to have secure and you know that you don't want it to get, you don't want it to be subject to possibly getting ruined with a water damage, blown away, destroyed anyhow, scan those documents electronically, put them somewhere safe, get a lockbox, set a bank, whatever you need to do, make sure they're put away. So the last one is, you know, make sure that you know where your loved ones are. Have all your phones charged, all your power, your laptops, your iPads, all your devices charged, because if the power goes out, you're not going to be able to charge those things. So get backup batteries, whatever you need. If you know in your neighborhood, one of the neighbors has generators, maybe form a little team that you can keep in contact with each other. Because we all know, if we live here, what they don't tell you is the hurricane is a pain in the you know what, but the weather is amazing right before and right after. So those are really great times because for one, the kids are out of school, your office is probably shut down. People probably aren't buying and selling houses the day after a hurricane, and the weather is usually really amazing. Go out and have fun. That's my last tip. Make it fun if you can. I pray and hope that nobody ever is hurt or put out or in a distressed situation. So that's why preparation is always key. Thank you for joining me today. And like I said, call me anytime. I'm always happy to help you. Peace.